Today on Reese Dixon, we are making these mason jar winter scenes. Hi everybody, it's Teresa with ReeseDixon.com. I've got another vintage inspired ornament for you. This one came about because I was seeing the same ornament everywhere. Everywhere this year, I'm seeing an ornament where it's a little domed cloche with some pretty paper on the bottom and a little winter scene in the middle of it. And it's adorable and charming and everywhere. But it's still beautiful, so I wanted to do a version of it that was unique and my own spin on things and that really fit with that vintage inspired theme that I'm going for. So I had a ton of these old mason jars in the garage because I'm a canner, and I knew that they would be the perfect thing to create a little winter scene in. So let me show you step by step how we're going to do this. So the first thing you're going to need is a mason jar with a lid. And I like this size, but I also like it because there's not a ton of stuff all over it. The ones that you can find at your craft stores, a lot of times you don't get a lot of the clear glass. You get a lot of their stuff on it. So these ones are actual canning jars. They're around just about every grocery store this time of year. So go for those. And then I'm going to start by drilling a hole right through the top. I like to do this when it's on the jar so that you don't drill through anything. So now we can set this lid aside and deal with how we're going to decorate the inside. So first we need something to be our snow. So what I've got here is a couple of pieces of quilt batting. I use this when I make quilts, that it's the stuffing on the inside, although you could use actual stuffing as well. It's a little bit different consistency. And I'm just gonna first I'm going to take my hot glue gun and just kind of pour a pool in there so that my stuffing or batting doesn't shift around on me. And I'm gonna carefully, because the glue can pop up through that stuffing, I'm gonna carefully tuck it in there. And I kind of want to create like a valley and then go up the hill. So it kind of becomes the backdrop as well as creates a little setting in there. Now, once you have your stuffing in position, you could stop here, but I never miss a chance for glitter. And I think it also helps to just really stick it to the jar so that you're not, so things aren't falling around in there. So I'm going to take this glitter finish decoupage glue and I'm going to paint it on the back of the jar where I want that stuffing to really stick without seeing a lot of hot glue. And then I'm going to also paint it all over the front of it to give it a little glitter and just to kind of hold everything in place, make it so that it doesn't collapse in on itself. So I'm going to stick it to the side again. And I'm going to just kind of use this to control the shape. And I'm not going to worry too much right now if I make a mess. Like, see how I'm getting that all over the front? When that's dry, that'll just peel right off. So I'm just going to kind of mash that up against the side until I'm satisfied with how it looks, and then I will let it dry. With my decoupage glue dry, now all I have to do is add my figurines to make my scene. I'm going to add more bottle brush trees because I'm using those everywhere I can this Christmas. And then I found these little tiny figurines. I actually found these at a thrift store. It was a total lucky find. But you could find your own at any place you can find miniatures. Every craft store has them right now. Any place that does villages has them right now. So, or you could just, make something, make a little animal, whatever you want your winter scene to look like. Just plop it in right here. So I'm going to use a little hot glue to keep things from falling around there inside my little snow world that I'm making. I'm going to kind of tuck that there in the back, and the decoupage glue kind of stiffens up that batting, so it makes it so that you've got a nice firm foundation to glue these guys onto. Okay, so now all we have to do is decorate the outside. So I'm gonna take my lid I drilled through here and screw that on top. Oh, I almost forgot, before we screw it on top, we have to use what we drilled the hole for. So I cut a little piece of this gold ribbon and I'll tie a knot with the two ends to make a loop. And then coming up from the bottom so that knot is hidden inside, I'm just gonna take a little needle or pokey something and poke that through the hole I've made. So now we've got something to hang it from. So I'm gonna close my lid up. And now we're just gonna decorate the band. I've got some grosgrain ribbon and a shiny little button, and I'm gonna use my hot glue gun to glue that around the top. I think these turned out so charming and would just be at home in just about any decor. And I think it would make a really great gift too. It's so adorable and so cheap, and has a lot of bang for its buck. So I hope that this was inspiring and that you'll give something handmade a try this Christmas. If you do, I would love to hear about it. If you have any questions, just leave them down below in the comments and I will do my very best to help you out. Be sure and subscribe to the channel because I've got so many more ideas that you're not going to want to miss. Help me out by sharing these videos, pinning them, sending them to friends, sending them to teachers. That would just make my day. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.